Coach Cabbage back again. Anyway, my friend. Now, this here is what I was supposed to start it out with, to begin with. But I figured, better give you a little humor. Cause everybody needs to laugh a little bit before they cry. Anyway, here we go. Cause if we don't think what is still legal, then at some point, oh, there's the pussycat. I did not know where she had gone to. We would have to think why it's still legal. I guess that's what we say around here in the woods where Coach Cabbage is now. Think why it's still legal, like going out to the deer woods. No, hell no. Back home, we just went to the woods. That's where we was going. We was headed to the woods, and most of our woods was on the water. Praise that, yeah. Coach Cabbage misses having the woods on the water. Anyway, I'll do you one of my perms one of these days. What? Oh, that hurt when I was talking about that kind of stuff. But we must go. 1:14. Yes, I missed it by one. Mama. 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 Gotta say that 3 times. Cause we gotta get paid for this here. Mama get real killed. Now you'll remember that. If you old Coach Cabbage, you say, Mama get real killed. And one day after was after the roaches. And you know Coach Cabbage did some stuff about the roaches and the cockroaches compared to the crockroaches and stuff like that. And what we're dealing with right here is something like that. It's just a little different. A little different flavor. Flavor of the labor. Mama get real killed. Well, I guess what Coach Cabbage was trying to do was trying to figure out a way to tell you about something I had done seen and come up with. And I think it's a new idea, but it's not a new idea. I just think it's an exposed thing. Anyway, what it is. Now, you know. We got to, I guess I'm going to have to read this here, because same person, always, black-haired man with the really red eyes, sitting there. Mama get real killed. The Eloy gonna turn the earth into a giant people-snack zapper. Let me get some efficacy on this here. That's what it say. The Eloy gonna turn the earth into a giant people-snack zapper. Now you remember being outside at your house, sitting around your swimming pool or wherever you be sitting around at, and you got the bug zapper, the high voltage is a bug zapper, and old bug flies towards the ultraviolet light, and he goes in there, and what he don't realize is he's entering an electric field gradient. He's entering an area of gradient, and once he gets in there in just the right way, well hell, he completes the circuit. He completes it as to say it. And I think it's just an insidious thing. But, if you want to keep the bugs down, because, back in the boot, you out there, them most greeters give you the malaria. Old granny, gray-haired granny with the long ears that are raised old Coach Cabbage. She had the malaria back when she was young, because, they was always on the water and there's fishing and stuff and doing their thing. So the mosquito was our state bird. Seriously, it's our state bird. Anyway, that's what it was. And what this here said, the Eloy gonna turn the earth into a giant people-snack zapper. Elite. Oh, the elites can be very nasty. Anyway, it says, KC, you must do this here. Destruction of elite balance. I don't know about any of that, but what Coach Cabbage finally understood, and this has been a situation for a long time for me. It's very concerning as a physics and engineering kind of dude, and I think about, what's best for humans. And there's that thing again. Anyway, what we got here? We got the eighth. We're going to make the eighth small. And what we do is to look at the eighth and to do things on the eighth, you got to put stuff out here in some kind of orbit. Some kind of synchronous is an orbit. And, that's what you got to do. We've been doing that for quite a while, and E.T. been doing it for so long. It's just like passing gas to them. It's no big deal. But the thing is, you'll do, because Cabbage had to drive today. You do have to obey the laws of nature. And one thing the laws of nature is stuff bumps into each other. And when they bumps into each other and they in orbit and stuff, then that goes along and it bumps into something else. And you have to realize for something to be orbiting, you're doing what, about 18,000 miles an hour or something like that, according to where your orbit is, and is somewhat variable. But, just for to stay in here, that's about what it is. So all these little pieces is at least moving it that much. And some of them could even gain more momentum by bumping into each other. And I'm not sure what that was. I'm concerned about the ET coming around here when Coach Catfish talking about this. Because the Eloy, I think the Eloys was wanting to get rid of the Zapper-Snakkers a long time. And anyway, so here's how I think the plan works. Here's like continents and stuff. They be drifting around. Anyway, that light is a problem. I'm sorry, people. You ain't sent me no money, so I can't do all that good with this here information. You should understand. So we got the satellites up here. 11,000, 12,000 of them right now. And they just in this here orbit. And they're talking about putting more, getting it up to 70, 80,000 things going around. And what Coach Catfish say? I've been thinking, as a physics person, and deals with the concepts of dynamics and earth changes in the sun, how all the systems work together to produce very large arcs. Arcs to the sparks. Now you get you a big old farts. You'd be a farts if you got the arc. And it's kind of Coach Catfish is thinking about. Now what another geophysicist individual has pointed out, and he actually did the video on it. I mean, personally, I don't care all that much. I'm just trying to figure out how they trying to figure out what to do, because I know they don't like people snack. Because at the least, this is a control grid of some kind. When you put something in like this up here, and you talking about doing X, Y, and Z and certain other things, you realize there may be something else going on here. And that's what Coach Catfish understood. And what I did not know, someone else is keeping up with how many things is ablating and ablation is used to, get rid of heat and various things is like that, for stuff coming in and stuff. So when you see something coming in, it is ablating. And from what I understand now, it's leaving lots of particulate very, very, very high up in this is what we would have another term for something up here in this high area. And what it do is it filters down and all these little particles. What can happen with little particles is them suckers get charged. That's how you get the raindrops. The raindrop falling on my head. But Coach Catfish thinks you're going to get something else. And because all this here metallic stuff, that it can become charged. And these here insulating things, all this here stuff up in this area where ain't supposed to be none, is going to end up, once they start bumping into each other, and this one bumps into that one, you see what's happening. You see what can happen. You see what can happen. And what happens is you have a situation where you cannot go up into space, because you got shit flying around at least 1,000 miles an hour that's going to run into you and, kill you as you get through there. So you have this whole area where you cannot get out to the moon and stuff, get out to Mars where old Muskie Man wants to go to. And that's my concern, is you're going to have an issue where at some point this is just going to have a chain reaction. And seriously, a chain reaction. And you're just going to end up with lots of fine particulates and various understanding things. It's just too much to say in 15 minutes, and here I'm trying to get it done in less than 10 to be in. Anyway, you understand what I'm saying. Coach Catfish is talking about building a an Esper capacitor. Coach Catfish doesn't see the inside of some of them super capacitor things. And it's very unconventional. Very unconventional. Like you using some kind of powdered and granulated stuff in there where you store the charge. And anyway, that's what could be happening up here. And what it would do is turn it into a giant supercapacitor. Well, when Coach Catfish is walking around, I'm all humped over and stuff. So I only have like 170 volt potential. But did you know that, people snack? You have voltages. If you're 6 foot tall, it's about 200 volts, something along in there. When in the standard air pressure and humidity and stuff like that, it will possibly vary somewhat in how it spreads on your body. But that is what the vertical field would be. Now you go all the way up there at the top, where all this here stuff is, and you don't get it up into hundreds of thousands of potential, because the earth we call the ground. This is zero. up there above there is where the heroes are, because that's, that's what they do. They put up things like this here to keep you from getting out, really, is what it is. But what Coach Catfish finally understood, the end game, this whole setup, with these mega things of putting hundreds of thousands of stuff up there that did not never be there, beaming down energy. Frequency, you know what Coach Catfish tells you about frequency. And we frequency creatures, and it's very concerning on that end too, and I hadn't even got to that. And I don't even think I have to, because I think this here, the Super Zapper, the Eloy, the Super Zapper, what it will do is to the humans, now we do not ground ourselves. We wear this in insulated shoes, and when this here builds up to a critical thing, you have all these arcs all around us. It's like a plasma discharge in open space, 3D space. It will not necessarily be just point contact, boom, boom, boom. Like it has been back in the past. Like sort of what happens on other places where they have the proper conditions. So what I think this is here is a people snack zapper. And how do you get rid of the people snack without really messing everything up? But of course, it will mess a lot of stuff up, and that's the whole point. Whether it goes good, bad, or indifferent, whether it is nothing more than communication, or if it's really people snack zapper, it's not good either way. Cause, hell, we just need to go visit each other, talk to each other. We do not need 15-second cities. Anyway, that's what Coach Catfish thinks is going on. Or it could be, anyway. But the physics is there. Ah, I swear. Someone else chime in. My friend, not crazy, y'all. This is just not smart in the big picture. Even little picture. Even in this picture. This is not smart. Crazy, y'all. Let's get this out. I gotta go get the birds up. The birds. Oh, yes, we must think while it's still legal. Let's get this out. Crazy, y'all.